So in this video, we are going to learn how to update Google Calendar event details in Notion. Now suppose guys you use Google Calendar to manage all your day-to-day tasks, and on the Notion database you add the details of the same calendar event as well, just to maintain the record or share it with your team members. Now guys, on a regular basis, frequently it happens that you update the details of the event in your Google Calendar account. But using this automation guys, automatically when you are going to update these details in Google Calendar, the same details will also get updated in Notion. You don't have to manually update the details in both of the platforms. So how this automation works? Let's have a look. So in this automation, whenever you are going to update the Google Calendar event, automatically using Pabbly Connect automation, the details of the same event will be updated in Notion database as well. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Calendar to Notion. And then just click on Create. Now we can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. So the idea here is, first, we have to get the details or the data of new events which we are updating in Google Calendar inside Pabbly Connect. So we are going to connect our Google Calendar account with Pabbly Connect and get the updated events data. And after that, we are using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send that same data or same updates to Notion so that in our Notion database where we have added the details of this event, we can update the same events over here as well. So let's begin. Now here guys, in trigger window, in choose app, we have to search for Google Calendar. Select it. And then here in trigger event from the drop down, we have to select event updated beta as the trigger event. After selecting a trigger event, just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Google Calendar account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we just have to click on this sign in with Google button and then select your Google Calendar account. After that, just scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Google Calendar account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the calendar. So in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the calendars which we have in our Google Calendar account. So out of which the updates of event from which calendar you want in Pabbly Connect, you have to select that calendar. So we have this calendar named as Pabbly Connect, so we are going to select it. Now when we click on this Save and Send Test Request button, the details of the most recent event which we have updated are captured inside Pabbly Connect. So we had an event named as Developers Conference, but I have made some changes and updated this event and updated the name of the event and also the time. So we had the event named as Developers Conference over here, and the start time was basically from 10 AM. But then I have made some changes and updated the event. Now after updating these events and the event details and saving it in Google Calendar, when we will come to Pabbly Connect and click on this Save and Send Test Request button, the details of the most recent event which we have updated is received inside Pabbly Connect. And yes, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the details of the same event which we have updated. So we have the updated name of the event, that is test name. Over here, we have the status, that is confirmed. Then we have the start date and time of the event. So we have changed the start date and time of the event as 11 AM. So that's why in Pabbly Connect response, we can see the same time. Now after this, when we will scroll down, we will see some other details regarding the same event. Like we will have the description of the event. As you can see, this is the test event, the same description which we have added over here while updating the event. Then we also have the end date and time of the event and other details. So in this way, you can see that the details of the updated event, newly updated event from Google Calendar are captured inside Pabbly Connect. Now after getting this data, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. Now what we have to do, we have to update the same details of the newly updated event in our Notion database. So in our Notion database here, we have added the details of the event which we have created in Google Calendar. Now we have to update the same data over here. Now to do this in Pabbly Connect, just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose App, search for Notion. Select Notion over here. And after this, in action event from the drop down, we are going to first select the action event as search page, because on our Notion database as well, on our Notion account, we have to find the actual page, that at what page of our Notion database we have the details of this event. So here guys, that is why we are going to use this action event of search page first. Click on connect and select add new connection. Now we have to connect our Notion account, so just click on this connect with Notion button. And then just scroll down and click on this select pages option. Then here guys, you have to select the pages whose access you want to give to Notion. If you want to give access to some of the selected pages on your Notion account to Pabbly Connect, you can select them as well. I want to give access of all the pages, so I'm going to select all pages over here and then just scroll down and click on allow access. After clicking on allow access, we can see that our Notion account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is search keyword. That what is the keyword which you are searching on your Notion database in a particular page. So we have a keyword of event ID. So in response which we have received from Google Calendar, we have received the response of ID. And we have added this same response of event ID in our Notion database as well while adding the new event details. So this ID is not going to change for any of the event. Each and every event, we can update all the data but not the event ID in Google Calendar. So using this event ID, we are going to search the details of this event. Now how we can do that? What we have to do, we just have to map this response of event ID over here in this search keyword. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Just click on this field and in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Calendar of an event updated. And then from this drop down, select the response of ID and map it over here. So the help text below it says enter a search keyword matches with Notion page title only. Then after this, the next thing it asks us is sort by order. So here guys, what we have to do, we have to select the order that in which order we have to sort this data, this response. So we want it in ascending order and sort by time. So I want the last edited time as well. And then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, in response, we will get the details of the page, that in which page we have this data on our Notion account. So here guys, when we will scroll down, we will get the details of the page. So here you can see the details. And then also in this response, you will get a page ID. So all we needed was this page ID. This page ID is a unique ID of each and every Notion page and we required it. Now after this, let's move to the next step where we are going to update the details of this new updated event of Google Calendar. For this, just scroll down and click on this add action step button. And then here in choose apps, search for Notion once again. Select Notion. And then here in action event from the drop down, we have to select the action event as update page. Just select it, click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, what we have to do, we have to once again connect our Notion account. But this time, because we have connected our Notion account in the previous step, we are going to select the existing connection and click on save. Now as we click on save, we will see our Notion account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the database. So in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the database which we have in our Notion account. Right now, I have only one database named as new event. So that's why I'm selecting the same database new event over here. Then it is asking us for the page ID. So in the previous step, we have received the page ID of the event or of the data which we have searched in this search keyword. So using the event ID, we have received that in which page on our Notion account we have the details or the data of this event. Now after this, we have to basically map this response of same page ID over here in this field. And guys, as we all know, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below from Notion search page responses, select the response of ID and map it over here. Now after this, all the column of data which we have created in this table can be seen over here in Pabbly Connect. Now here guys, what we have to do, we have to one by one map all of these data of our updated event which we have received from Google Calendar over here in this field of the tables. So let's start with description. So first field which we have is of description. So just click on this field And from the drop down below, from Google Calendar responses, select the response of description of the event. So here we have the response of description. This is it, and map it over here. Then in the same way, we have to basically map the other data in their respective fields as well. So let's map the end time. So end date and time of the event. This is it. Map it, and then the event name. Just map the updated name of the event. Then the status. So we have the status. Then start date and time. So from the drop down, select start date and time. And at last, the event ID. Now here guys, in event ID, we just have to once again map the same event ID which we have received from Google Calendar. Just map this event ID over here. And now guys, after mapping all of these details, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here we can see that we have received some response, and this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the details of the updated event from Google Calendar are now also updated in our Notion database. So let's check it. Let's go to our Notion database. And yes guys, here we can see that in the same database where the event name was Developers Conference, we have successfully updated the event name as well with the test event. The same name which we have added with this updated event details. Then after this, when we will see the description, we have the same description which we have added, and then the start date and time. So we have changed the start date and time of this event. Earlier it was from 10 a.m. but now you can see that this event starts from 11 a.m. We have also have the updated time, updated end time, and the status. So in this way guys, you can see that we have successfully created this automation, and using this automation, whenever you are going to update the event details in your Google Calendar account, automatically we are going to update the same event details in your Notion database as well. So guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once as well. So here I have an event named as demo event, and the start date is 23rd of December from 3:30 p.m. And then you can see details of the same event, demo event over here in our Notion database as well. We have the event name, description, start date time, end date time, and the status. Now after this guys, what we have to do, we are just going to make some changes in this event. Let's update the event. For example, let's change the name as real-time test. Real-time test event. And let's update the description as we are testing. This is the description. Let's change the time to, for example, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is the time, and date to, for example, 20th of December. And click on save. Now just now we have updated the details of this new event. And then we will see, as we update these event details, within 10 minutes, we will see the details of the same updated event will also be updated in our Notion database. So let's wait for 10 minutes over here. And yes guys, here we can see that the details of the same event now once again updated in our Notion database. So we have the updated name of the event, real-time test event, the same name which we have given over here. Then we have the updated description, updated start date and time as well. So the start date of this event is 20th of December, and then time is 2 p.m. and the end date and time was 20th of December at 3 p.m. Same date and time which we have entered while updating this event in Google Calendar. Now this means the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications guys, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.